Hi, everybody. I want to talk to you guys about this arrest because there were so many people, it's ridiculous. Democracy Awakened had a protest of some kind in D.C., and Capitol Police had arrested not one, not two, not five, not 20, not 100, not 200, not 300. I'd go on and on. Not even 500 or 800 people, but 1,240 people arrested in Democracy Spring. This is what it's being called, folks. Democracy Spring. And what this is, ladies and gentlemen, was a protest that happened in Washington, D.C. on the east front of Rotundus on the steps of the U.S. Capitol under the United States Capitol Police, USCP, arrested approximately 300 individuals for unlawful demonstration activities. The arrestees were charged under D.C. Code 22-1307, crowding, obstructing, and or incommoding. They were processed and then seen and released. And approximately 1,240 arrests happened and have been made by USPC since April 11 in association with the ongoing demonstration. So this is still going on, folks. And this is just an outrageous situation. You would think after something like, 500 arrests, they would just go, you know what? We should just monitor the situation and just leave it be. Well, I kind of get what they're doing, and I kind of don't. Well, I actually do. I'm not going to lie. And when you go to these things and you do these things, one of the foundations is getting your name on the arrestee record, I guess. As we all know, Ben and Jerry's co-founders were arrested. I believe only Ben Cohen, but I've heard reports Jerry Greenfield as well. Lots of other larger names, Rosie Dawson, Lawrence Leisig. I've heard one of the internet celebrities was arrested as well, although I cannot say in particular who it was. This thing has been going on since about April 11th, and I know it's probably not going on anymore, and it probably is. But I wanted to put this out there because this got to me about yesterday or day before on Facebook, and somebody sent me this, and I thought this was actually quite an amazing number of people arrested. I know, it's not exactly the largest police arrest record, but it's kind of up there. I can imagine if they decided to just walk in the Capitol building, how big of a situation it would actually be. And this is the situation here. Democracy Awakening. Protests continue in Washington, D.C. Capitol Police admit it in press release. 1,240 peaceful protesters are among the arrested. As well as top officials with the Sierra Club, Greenpeace USA, AFL-CIO, NAACP, and I'm going to show you the organization website for Democracy Awakening, because I think this is actually quite important, because there's a lot of different groups here. And a few of you might notice right now that this computer that I'm using is smooth, almost as glass. It was not like this yesterday or the day before. I happened to do something which is technically a hack of my computer, but actually it's a life hack. It's not a hacking computer, felony bullshit. What it is you replace your memory in your computer via your My Computer option, depending on what system you're using. Rebel Alliance, that's awesome. With a thumb drive or some type of a data storage drive. And I kid you not, I went from, what is it? A 450 gigabyte RAM on my computer, something like that, 480, whatever it is, 452, whatever the unit is. And I thought this was stupid. I could only upgrade the RAM to 8 gigabytes. I said, my God, that isn't gonna do anything for me. What's gonna actually go on? So I've been looking into different ways to boost my RAM, and I said, wait a minute. There's all these talks and all this talk on the internet about, and I'll eventually put this up on the internet for you guys, so you guys can do it if you choose to. But there's all this talk on the internet, and I'll get back to the story in a minute, about how to increase your RAM using thumb drives. There's guys creating RAID drives, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I thought, wait a minute, I have that 2 terabyte, yeah, I know, 2 terabytes, that's crazy. I have that 2 terabyte little box that I only use for like movies and stuff like that for my Xbox. I said, why don't I reformat that, which was horrible last night. I lost the letter on it, and my computer wouldn't recognize it. So I learned a lot, and I learned a lot more than I should have. But anyways, I got it back to my computer. I put the letter back in, and I got it to run the way it should. And I was able to reassign it to my computer to run for not only my programs, but all my background stuff. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't had to hit it one time. I can run this literally almost like glass. And I mean, I freed up everything practically on my computer. I mean, can you imagine 2 terabytes of RAM? The only thing better would be to replace my motherboard entirely with something like that. I mean, I literally went from like 400 gigabytes to 2 terabytes of RAM. Granted, it's 181 or so gigabytes, but still. Or, 1.81 gigabyte. You get the idea, folks. I have 2 terabytes, and I guess it'd be 1.81 terabytes is what I was trying to say. And so basically, now my computer's running like glass. I mean, it's just so smooth, it's ridiculous. It still has some hang time issues with startup and various other things, but it in no way has any of the problems it had before. I mean, I can just feel the transition and the stress and everything go out. I mean, I was not able to do any of this yesterday. This would have hung with me just clicking this like at least 10 seconds. I'd have been hitting my mouse and cussing at it and cursing at it. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm so happy. It's amazing. So I wanted to bring this to you because this is actually a big thing, this Democracy Spring. And because there is 1240 on record arrested. So it's only a matter of time before we get to a point where these guys get kicked out, like in Iceland, like in Brazil, and all these other places. And I think every day that I see these guys out there and they're doing this, because I'm from Michigan, folks, and they don't do any of this here. In fact, they just want to shut down your life, stop the troublemakers or the people they don't want around, and that's it. To the prison systems with you. That is your existence in their light and in their life. And that's it. And it's sad. So, thanks everybody. God bless everything else. I'm so happy that I'm able to do this. I mean, literally that transition right there would have taken better part of, 5 seconds. And look, it just transitioned as if it was meant to be. I have no more hang time errors. Almost no more hang time errors. Almost no more hang time. Thank you.